take this opportunity to grow and learn together. First and foremost, I would like to welcome our esteemed resource person, Dr. Thiruppathi KTM, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, and Fatima College of Arts and Science, Madurai, who have taken his time to come and share her knowledge and expertise with us. I encourage you all to actively participate by asking questions in the chat box and in discussions and make this opportunity to learn. Sir is currently working as an assistant professor for the Department of Management Studies at Annai Fatima College of Arts and Science, Madurai. Sir's educational qualification are BTech Information Technology at PSG College of Technology at 2014, MBA Finance at Alagappa University in 2016, PG Diploma in Scientific Yoga, Meditation and Holistic Health at Institute of Gandhian Research and Studies, Gandhi Museum, Madurai at 2017, MA Education at Alagappa University at 2020, MSc Psychology at Madurai Kamaraj University at 2020, PG Diploma in Agricultural Marketing Management at Annamalai University at the year of 2020, Master of Social Work at Annamalai University at 2023, Doctorate in Business Administration at Madurai Kamaraj University at 2024. Sir has more than 15 plus years of work experience, and Sir's publication in journals are a study of Bhagavad Gita from management perspectives, a study of Gita based executive development manual, rural women entrepreneurs, importance of Indians' economic development, Indian Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji and his lifestyle leadership, great heady progress, leadership and management styles of Mahatma Gandhi, the role of artificial intelligence in modern human resource management. Sir has also participated in 80 plus seminars, conference, FTPs, workshops, webinars, and lecture series. Without further ado, let's kick off to the session and enrich our experience. For that, I welcome Dr. Thiruppathi KTM sir to present his session. Welcome, sir. Now the time is yours. Sir, please, sir. Sir, kindly unmute your mic, sir. So kindly unmute your mic and speak, sir. We can't able to hear your voice.
Is my voice audible now?
Yes, sir. Now it is audible.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. There was a small technical glitch. Okay. As the title states, the role of educators and students in Viksit Bharat. Okay. Uh, and I like this title because usually in seminars there will be only students or else only faculty members. Here we have a combination of both faculty members and students, and I hope a few of them are from corporate as well. That's why the title is not academicians. The title is educators because there are several skill training centers of PMKVY, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, or Deen Dayal Upadhyaya, Gramin Kaushal Yojana, all the skill centers, they are not the core academicians, but they also contribute and they also work for the betterment of students towards the goal, the Viksit Bharat. Okay. So before going into the title, I just want to give a throw light on what is Viksit Bharat. You know, and I give an opportunity if you want to give any explanation, you can raise up your hands and you can speak up because it is only a knowledge sharing. It is not like a traditional classroom wherein I keep on pouring what I know and you will have to listen. It's not like that. Should be a two-way communication. Okay. Okay. Because sometimes what I may not know, you will be definitely knowing because you are all learned professors. Okay. So Viksit Bharat, Bharat means the country name, and the Viksit means developed. The name Viksit comes from the language Sanskrit, and the same name is available in Hindi as well, and in other Indian languages also. Viksit. So, what does this Viksit means, and what does this development means? Development in what terms? Say, for example, if in a student's life, development means if a student getting a mark of 70 percentage in exam, if he gets a 90 percentage, then it is a development. Say for example, a student knows only to ride a bike and he learns a skill of riding a car, then it is a development. So in development can be from a seen from a different perspectives. It differs from person to person. Okay. And mostly this Viksit Bharat goals are in aligned with UN SDGs. UN means United Nations. SDGs means Sustainable Development Goals. There are total 17 Sustainable Development Goals followed by all the United Nations. Say, for example, if we look at a professor's profile working in Australia, university in Australia, or a university in Dubai, or a university in United States of America, then in the faculty profile, they are giving for which sustainable development goals they are working towards. Say, for example, there are 17 sustainable goals. There are professors who choose 3 or 4 sustainable goals which are related to their research area, their teaching area, their core subject. Say, for example, there are sustainable goals for example, um, the, there are goals like peace, justice, and strong institutions. Say, for example, if someone is doing research and philosophy, then this sustainability goal will be of a great help. They can work towards this goal. And United Nations also supports funding directly or indirectly through various agencies, national and international agencies. And why I'm speaking about the sustainable development goals is most of the sustainable development goals are 99% matching with the Viksit Bharat goals also, because it is made for India and for the globe. It is not for made for India and made for the India. So it is made for India, but it's for Indians as well as outside India, for the complete globe. As we speak, the presidency of G20, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. Likewise, we are working in India, not only for India, but also the brothers and sisters across the globe. Okay, so who are doing research in philosophy, they can work on this peace, justice, and strong institutions. Some people will be doing philosophy research on Buddhism, on Jainism, some on Gandhian thought, some on Ambedkar thoughts. So they can work towards this peace, justice, and strong institution. Some on Nelson Mandela's thought. And for example, there is something called life on land. Life on land is something like biodiversity. So if a professor is from botany, zoology, or biotechnology, or geographical science, they can work on this terrestrial ecosystems, promote biodiversity. I think someone's mic is on, so please, if you can mute your Gautam Bhattacharya ji. Yeah, someone's mic. Yeah. So it is like a life on land is some veterinary doctors, and those people can work on this sustainability goal. And there is something called life below water. There are people who study the fisheries, water bodies, and environmental conservation. So those faculty members, those researchers can work on this sustainability goal, because if we um, uh, look at the geographical presence of our whole world, the Mother Earth, the one third only is land, three-fourth is filled with water only. So this is also a wide area. Okay, another one is a climate action. When we speak about climate action, we definitely we have to look at carbon emissions and all. So in that carbon emissions, there are countries like United States of America, European Union, which contribute a higher percentage when it comes to carbon emissions. So it is not only when we ride a two-wheeler, battery two-wheeler or a battery car, no carbon emission is reduced. Even countries like the so-called and so believed the developed countries, United States of America or the European Union, they should also reduce the usage of or traditional vehicles in order to contribute less towards the carbon emissions. So this climate action, there is a huge study. The faculty members related to that can do that. Chemistry, there are some innovations like black box, which says that in small box can produce electricity for a whole home. So like that, the climate actions, people can work on climate actions. And responsible consumption and production, people who are working on automobile production, mechanical engineering, aeronautical engineers, and those people, they can work towards the responsible consumption and production. They can use production technologies which are eco-friendly. Now in Instagram and YouTube, we are able to see a lot of youngsters who are not only from IIT, IIM, they are also from tier 2, tier 3 colleges and schools. They've started startups which use the bamboo as a substance for making carry bags, for using toothbrush, for using cloth, no, which is easily degradable. So those kind of things, even students also can work on such activities. Okay. And sustainable cities and communities. When it comes to sustainable cities and communities, people who are bureaucrats who are working on the smart city project, because smart city is a combination of government of India and the state government. So those places, there there we have a portal called Viksit Bharat. Feedbacks, inputs. In that you can upload your profile, upload your photo, and give your suggestions in a proven model. You know, so that people from the Viksit Bharat team or people from the government, state government or the central government will get in contact with you for the further implementation of what the inputs that you are giving. So these kind of inputs are very, very suitable for sustainable cities and communities. When it comes to sustainable cities and communities, not the engineer working in that department will know everything. A common man working in the city will know better than the engineer about that city. So the common man in the city will know where he needs a drainage and where he needs a place where the rainwater can flow, and where the trees has to be planted, and where the parking space has to be given, like that. And there is another sustainable development goal called reduced inequality. And there are a lot of NGOs working towards the gender equality. That is a gender like male, female, and transgender, and elders, youngsters, infant. So everyone will come under one umbrella in this reduced inequality. So this inequality has to be reduced. We cannot expect everything to be done at a higher hierarchy level, like policy making. Even though the policy is made, it has to be implemented only if the citizens are responsible. Citizens means me, you, and everybody are the citizens of our great Bharat. And this reduced inequality, we have something called 33% political power for women across all the levels of political, okay, both in the central as well as in the state. That 33 percentage is given only to achieve this sustainable development goal called reduced inequality. And the one more sustainable development goal is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And when we speak about infrastructure, we need a world-class infrastructure to attract the global investments. Say, for example, the Apple is producing in various countries like South Korea, China. They are not too far away from India. They are very, very close to India, and they also come in the Asia Pacific region. And almost the climatic conditions are almost similar to what we have in India. Okay, so and they had a very good infrastructure, and now India is also having a very good infrastructure like bullet trains, like long national highways, and good connected cities. So this is also one of the sustainable development goals. Here, what we can do is the students on the Saturday, Sundays, on the Children's Day, Teachers Day, we can plant trees taking approval from the local bodies, panchayat bodies. On the government lands, we can plant trees and we can maintain on a regular basis if it is in a regular accessible mode from the residential area, our usual residential area, our usual school or college area. And the decent work and economic growth. And the Viksit Bharat mainly speaks about the economic growth, because the economic growth cannot be a duplicate one, because economic growth is all about numbers, inflation, gross domestic product, and our overall economy, the volume of economy in trillion dollars. No, these numbers cannot be lied or cannot be duplicated. See, there are some things which is measurable, some things not measurable. Say, for example, a mark of a student is measurable, but the love the student has upon the teacher, like looking at the teacher as mother, looking at the teacher as a father, looking at the teacher as elder brother, no, that cannot be measured in terms of numbers. There are certain things quantifiable, there are certain things non-quantifiable. So we will soon look at the quantifiable things, because only those quantifiable things will be considered by the United Nations and by the World Bank. Okay, the affordable and clean energy. And when it comes to affordable and clean energy, gar gar uh, bijli ka solar panel. So like that, we have a scheme wherein we harvest the sunlight for the betterment and self-sustainable homes. So likewise, we have to implement. and we are implementing in few parts of India, and that has to be implemented across various parts of India. So for those things, we can ask our students, because they are all 18 above, they can file a petition in a collectorate, and they want this complete 100 house our students, our family are living, we want solar panel, and definitely the government will support, because those are all the path for the Viksit Bharat. And clean water and sanitation, when it comes to clean water and sanitation, we are looking at and we are talking about the city planning and the town planning, but we have to look at our college level, school level, house level, our room level, how much clean we are maintaining, because the change starts from the individual. And the gender equality, again, it speaks about the equal opportunity to education. That is why we do not have something called beta padhao beta bachao, but we have something called beti padhao beti bachao, because the female literacy rate, I am not speaking about the cities, mostly people living in the cities, almost all the girl children are getting education. Even in some classrooms, the girl children, the number of head count of girl children is more than the boy children. The boy children, the head count is less when compared to the city schools. But when we go to the length and breadth of India, like the rural parts um, of India, where our 60 to 70% of the population of India lives in even today, the population of the number of headcounts of women children studying, getting education is very less. So that's why again we are talking about this. A gender equality is a sustainable goal, and a quality education. When we speak about quality education, there are a lot of metrics to quality education, and the framework that can be directly applied as per the Universities Grants Commission is a NIRF framework. NIRF is the proper framework, and according to the framework, if we work for our welfare of our school, our college, or our university, and NIRF gives in a different perspective, for the perspective of research and development, for teaching, for a student-centric model, for a post-study relationship. I mean, sports study. Post-study relation means a post-study the student is becoming an entrepreneur, or getting placed in a company. Likewise, lot of parameters are there, and what are the feedback that we're getting from the parents, and how collaboratively we are working with the academia, and collaboratively we are working with the industry. And those are all, it comes to the quality education. Quality education does not mean this year my student अच्छा अभी 70-80% लिया, और अगले 10th स्टैंडर्ड में 90 ले लिया आगा. This is also progress. Education, quality education only is a result, but result alone, public exam result alone, we cannot tell it is a quality education. There are other parameters also put in uh, for, then we have to focus on those areas. And good health and well-being, when we speak about good health and well-being, now we have a lot of state government giving health insurance policies, and we have Ayushman card. Ayushman card is a card given by our government of India, wherein the healthcare access with the hospitals like Fortis, Apollo, and Columbia, all big hospitals. We can use this card. Okay, and likewise, well-being. When we speak about well-being, it is not. Only the doctors has to contribute to it, or only the paramedical workers, or only the nursing profession people has to contribute, or the pharma people has to contribute. Even the students, the teachers can contribute to this. Say for example, every day morning we wake up at 6 o'clock, and in our home terrace, if we can organize a small yoga, or if we have a park near our house, or in our school, if we have a ground, we can every day take our students and make a running, jogging, walking, Surya Namaskar, and things like that. That is also a part of well-being, because it is again the perspective. We should not always rely on the government, is the major point. Okay, and the zero hunger. When it comes to zero hunger, there is something called you know uh, no one time fasting once in a week. A lot of devotees from a lot of temple, a lot of mosque, a lot of church, they follow this across various religions, like fasting for one day. Some on Thursdays, some on Friday, some on Sundays. They fast a one-time meal, and what they do is, they that time meal cost 50 rupees, 100 rupees. They save, and collectively they buy some food packets and give to the people who are in need, in the society nearby our homes, like that. So it is like that. And one more thing is, people who are working from the agriculture, BSc agriculture, or the agriculture engineering professors, maybe some may be present in our seminar also. You know, and those people, we cannot forget a legendary person who is a Sears, uh, you know, Swaminathan, who found this, there's a rice, which can be cultivated in 90 days. Father of our Swaminathan, who is presently with World Health Organization. Okay, so this scientist, they, and no biological scientist, they can work on this zero hunger. No, zero hunger, it's a very very big, very crucial thing, because the hunger index, I don't want to tell in this seminar, the which place the India is ranked, you know and it is very very red area. We have to very focus on this, zero hunger. Okay, and the no poverty index, you know um, we need to create a lot of opportunities, and not always the government can provide opportunities. There should be something called PPP, public private partnership, wherein the publicly listed companies, the private companies, and small micro and medium companies, everybody have to contribute for this no poverty, or this poverty elevation. you know and before getting into the roles of academician in detail, the roles of students in detail, and there is no much difference between the roles of academicians and roles of students, frankly speaking, because the roles of students directly apply for the roles of academicians. But the thing is, the roles of students, just the academicians will be like a motivators, like cheering for the students and encouraging the students, and being a bridging gap, like putting our attestation for getting things done for our students. Likewise, because if a student directly going and asking with a corporate company, and forwarded through a educational institution, reputed educational institution, there is a huge difference in it. So those kind of things the academicians can do. And when we speak about Bharat, and when we speak about Viksit Bharat, we definitely need to speak about China. In 1980, if we recall the history a little bit, you know uh, we were a little bit higher. Say for example, 63 percentage higher than the GDP of the overall economy of China. Now, why I am talking about China is, 20 percentage of the global population lies in India, another 20 percentage of global population lies in China, and remaining rest of the 60 percentage population of the whole world lives in the rest of the world. And China geographically has almost equal of land area and population area, and a civilization. So everything, it is like that. Uh, so China is a equal competitor for us. And in 1980, if we look at, we were 63% higher than China. In 1990, 10 years, that is one decade later, what happened was 23 percentage. China was more, and we came little behind. It is just like a running race. It was like that. But when it comes to 2000, 2010, and 2020, this 3 decades of China history, if we speak about, China expanded drastically in their technology, in their manufacturing. Whatever goods that we look, we will be able to see like made in China, made in China. So it was like 3.2 times, 2.1 times more in 2000, and 3.3 times more in 2010, and in 2022, as per statistics, as per the World Bank report, it is 5.5 times. Say for example, India is making overall 100 rupees, China is making 550 rupees in the same financial year. So 5.5 times more than the India, but the population is same, land area same. See, um, uh, if we see, look at the history, in China they mostly follow the Buddhism, and uh, and Buddha as the guru. When we talk about Buddha, you know, Takshashila, all these universities, great universities. Chinese people used to come for here for education. For education, it was ancient time. It was like that. So we are marching towards the same, the Viksit Bharat. Viksit Bharat does not come only with the financial power. We should also have a lot of other powers inculcated with it. So there are few goals. Few goals. Say for example, the first one is ease of living. Ease of living is like, everyone getting the LPG cylinder, everyone getting a clean water, everyone getting a Sabke Liye Ghar, that is a Prime Minister Awas Yojana, like that. And uh, uh, like that, ease of living, very, 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 very important. The first and foremost is ease of living. If living is good, only then the human being can work well. Okay, the second is the position of India as a global education hub. India should be a global education hub. There are a lot of research papers in Harvard, research papers in Oxford, stating, IITs and IIMs in India are giving an education which is 2x, 3x, higher quality than Harvard, than Stanford, or in some areas equal quality of Harvard and Stanford, but 10x, 15x lower cost. So India is a country where the cost of living is very, very less, and the cost of income is also very, very less. When we speak about cost of living, we have to speak about the cost of earning also is a very less. According to the World Bank, the countries which are earning between the $0 to for you know uh, 2000 $2,000, it is considered as a underdeveloped country. A country which is earning between somewhere around $2,000 to $4,500 is considered as a developing country, and a country earning between $4,500 above to up to $14,000 is a developing country, and above this is a developed country. So the when I speak about in this dollars, India is earning almost for $2,400. When I am talking about $2,400, I am talking about the per capita. Per capita means the annual average individual earning in an annum. If we calculate in terms of INR, Indian rupees, $2,400 into uh, say for example it is somewhere around 80 rupees, so we keep it as 80. So we are earning, average Indian earning is 2 lakhs Indian rupees. But if we look at China and their average individual earning per individual, the per capita earning is $10,000. When it is $10,000, an average Chinese is earning about 10,000 into 80 rupees a dollar is 8 lakhs per year. Average Chinese is earning. So we have to bring in a lot of policies, uh, you know. But when we speak about this per capita income of an individual, there is a definitely there will be a rise in gasoline. uh, mm, Gasoline means that there's a petrol, diesel, and rise in electricity bills and telephone bills. And so definitely it will be more, because when the per capita increases, the inflation also will parallelly increase, because these both the components in an economy will travel hand on hand. That is how it is. And if it is traveling hand on hand, it is good, no problem. But if it is not traveling in hand on hand, say for example, um, uh, I have few friends who are working in New Zealand or working in Australia, and they are in different professions. See, 10 years, 15 years before, there were people who went to Australia, New Zealand, they earned huge money and they sent back to India. They constructed homes, purchased farmland. But today it is not that case. Today, whatever they are earning in Australia or New Zealand, they are spending in very, very huge, because the per capita is constant since past 7 years, but the inflation is keep on rising. So in India is a very, very safe place. But there are a lot of other views also in this. Say for example, if our per capita starts increasing, maybe India may not be an attractive place for US countries like US to outsource their information technology work, or information technology enabled work to India. They may start outsourcing the same work to Vietnam or Myanmar, or other Philippines. So there are things like that. So Viksit Bharat. Okay. So now another thing is a global leader in semiconductor, the research and the skill capital. And India wants to aspire be a skill capital. How India can be a skill capital is, when we compare again with China, India is definitely Viksit Bharat. How, if you all ask the question how, no, there is a huge population percentage of population in China as a elder population, but when we speak about India, we have almost a 50 percentage of population lying between the age group of 18 to age group of 35. So this is a huge youth potential. So youth of this much percentage can definitely go across the various parts of the world and be a skill capital. India can definitely be a skill capital. That's why we have two major schemes like Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana for major skills across the cities, urban area. For the rural areas, we have something called Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gramin Kaushal Yojana, wherein the skill development programs are reaching across the nook and corners of various villages of India. And the fifth is become a global manufacturing powerhouse. Now we can see the Apple and we can see the Tesla, various companies looking forward to come to India and have their manufacturing in India. And the sixth, if we look at the design in India, design for world. The and we can see in Bangalore a lot of Hewlett Packard or SAP Labs, Honeywell. Lot of companies they have their R&D put up in India. And the seventh one, we are speaking about create Indian gaming products in a hub. There are a lot of IIT students, we can look in the news, and other students were contributing to that gaming, because we today we can see in classroom, while teaching also sometimes, 1 hour they will listen. When we give break, they start using the video games. They can even develop a lot of games and earn a huge lot of money. And government is also supporting R&D like STEM. There is a scheme called STEM, which is called as Science and Technology platform by Science and Technology Entrepreneurial Park, Science and Technology, and schemes. Those schemes can be availed through our college and our professors. We need to guide our students towards it and lead in green hydrogen and green jobs. Green jobs is nothing but the solar energy, um, green fuel kind of. So, and the ninth one is Indian standards to become international standards. We have a lot of BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, and other standards, and we have international standards like ISO, things like that. So those things, no, we have to learn, and there are a lot of practices that we follow, like Kaizen, Six Sigma, kind of quality standards. No, I am a part of the commerce and management studies. You know, I have an opportunity to teach like this. So even if we are in other teaching domains, and there is nothing wrong in learning the quality standards, because quality standards is applicable for all the domains, across all the domains. So those can be engaged and achieve target of 500 gigawatt of power electricity in 2030 likewise. And 75,000 new medical seats in next 5 years is like a lot of aims branch is opening across various parts of India, because previously aims was only in India, and I mean only in Delhi, and now other states also we are planning. And call for 1 lakh youth to enter politics, fighting the nepotism. It is also a roadmap for the Viksit Bharat, in order to not encourage the hereditary of the great grandfather, father, and child and grandchild getting into the same politics. New faces, like people from IIT, people from IIM, people from IAS, people from IPS, some NRIs, and people from great NGOs coming into politics. So this is also one of the key roadmap towards the Viksit Bharat. Okay. And secular civil code is also a major thing when it comes to Viksit Bharat. The civil code, when it comes to the legal code, it should not be differ from a religion to religion. It should not differ from like that. No, because we are all citizens of India. But so all the citizens of India should have a. We are all civilians, Indian civilians. So it should be a secular code. So it is called as a secular civil code, very, very important to the roadmap of Viksit Bharat. And the 15th, the last but not the least, is a saturation of benefits. Say, for example, you know, uh, we have to increase the per capita, increase the gross domestic product. So India is now fifth largest economy in the world, according to the World Bank. Now we our GDP is a 3.25 trillion, and in 2030 we are marching towards the 5 trillion economy, and we can definitely reach the 5 trillion economy. But the thing is, 5 trillion economy um, can be reached, but it should not be reached only because of the 10 or 20 or so-called this nifty 50, people who trade in the stock markets, Bombay Stock Exchange or the National Stock Exchange. They will definitely know about this nifty 50, all these 50 lucrative companies who contribute to the uh, you know uh, overall sensex of the stock market. You know, the other startups, other micro, medium, small enterprise also, because they are the heart of this nation. Um, you know, so all these rural and social entrepreneurial companies, need to contribute to this. That's why saturation of benefits is been pinpointed. So this benefits should not be saturated only to the corporates. It should be across. Love this now this Mudra scheme loan has been, the number of amount given is increased, and the startups, a lot of things has been relaxed. The tax has been relaxed. So likewise, so these things, entrepreneurship development sessions, all the students has to be deployed, and as a staff members, we should also learn this faculty development program pertaining to the entrepreneurship development, so that an entrepreneurial ecosystem can be developed. Okay, and we have another 20 minutes in our hand, so I think I can share my PPT. Okay. I usually generally don't believe in PPTs because, see, PPT should be an supporting aid, and it should not be the only source. Okay. Geeta ma'am, shall I share the screen? Hello, Geeta ma'am.
Sir, 2 minutes,
Sh-
sir. Wait, sir.
you are sharing, or shall I share?
Sir, I share, sir.
Okay, you are sharing. Okay, ma'am. So in 2030, India will definitely become a third largest economy. For now, the first in several years is United States of America, and the second place is in China. China is in second place, and we will definitely reach the third place. But it is not only the overall economy growing. The individual also should grow. So that is the major point. An individual, when an individual is looking at growing, we can classify into three parts. One is unskilled, semi-skilled, and fully skilled. As an individual, when we are born, we are unskilled. We are not skilled for any profession. So when we grow, when we do the school studies, college, university, and when we go for a job, we have to develop ourselves, our individual capability into uh, 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 from a unskilled to a semi-skilled, from a semi-skilled to a skilled and a fully skilled. That transition we ourselves has to do. It should come from within us. No government body, no private body, no United Nation, nothing can come to us and do this. Only we have to help ourselves in this. And we are living in a very, very competitive world. Even though there are 10 job opportunities, the applications are 500, 600. So we have to develop ourselves. So it is the individual's responsibility. At the end of the day, it is the individual's responsibility. Is 80 percentage. The government and private responsibility is remaining only 20 percentage. And so we should always stop blaming on the government or the private sectors. But When I tell the word stop blaming, it does not mean we should not give inputs, we should not give feedback. We should definitely give inputs. We should definitely give feedbacks. That feedbacks can be both a negative aspect, cover a next negative aspect, as well as cover few positive aspects. So it should be like that. Okay. So when it comes to students, the main thing that we have to look at is role of students is education and skill development. I think all this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, they are giving 90 days program, 120 days program, and 75% attendance is mandatory for that. Every day they have to go and keep a biometric, and they have to, no, every day 2 hours, 3 hours classes are there, and they can choose which trade they want to excel in. Say, for example, are they willing to excel in the HR trade? Are they willing to excel in like designing Photoshop? Are they willing to excel in a front office kind of a trade? Are they willing to excel? So those places they have to go and learn. They should not stick only to the college. uh, and innovation and thinking, there are Atal Innovation Mission, and there are a lot of incubation centers present, may be present in the college, and some may be present within our city limits. So we have to go and mingle with them and get involved in the innovation and the promotion of literacy. Say, for example, in our village level, in our panchayat level, we have to spend our evening hours. We can take tuitions. I just want to give or throw light on a real life story. I know a girl child from a triple V college located at Virudunagar, a very age old college, a very traditional college. It's a women's college, and that girl do not have a, father or mother living with her, and only our grand mother was taking care, and the grandmother also felt sick, so there was no funding for her, and she was getting few funds from the state government and few funds from the central government. There are schemes wherein there are no parents. The government will give a nominal of 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees a monthly, for promoting her education. But she was not sufficient with that, because she uh, was in a situation of paying a house rent, college fees, travel expense, everything. So she started taking a tuition in a rented house, and today, you believe or not, she is taking tuition for almost 50 students, and she is paying her own fees, college fees by herself, and she is also supporting two of her classmates pay their fees on a semester basis. So that is the women empowerment. Here, if we look at that life example, no government of Tamil Nadu or no government of India, and no college authority or no private company, or no CSR or no corporate social responsibility, or no NGO as a come and sponsored that girl child. It is the self empowerment, and there are a lot of startup companies. Say, for example, Infosys. When we look at Infosys history, Infosys Narayan Murthy with his friends started this Infosys, with pledging his patni, that wife's um, jewels, and with a meager 10,000, 20,000 money he started, because those days. When the youngsters, I talk with the youngsters or the students, they tell, सर टुडे कंपटीशन इज हेवी, कंपटीशन इतना ज्यादा है कि हम उतना आसान से नो कस्टमर लेना और ब्रांड इम्प्रूव करना और पैसा कमाना बहुत बहुत मुश्किल है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। एक बात आप सभी को सुनना चाहिए, क्योंकि एट दैट टाइम व्हेन दे स्टार्टेड द कंपनी, द इंडियाज पॉपुलेशन वाज मे बी 50 to 60 crore, but today the India's population is 142 crore. That's why if we look at a company like Walmart or Staples or 9 Level, or any food and beverage company, any retail segment, if we talk, no, they want to open shop in India, because we have a largest consumer base across the world. This much big consumer base is not present in a country like Dubai or a country like Singapore, or you name any country. We are a consumer hub. So yes, I agree there are a lot of competition, but we should at the same time we should agree the consumer level and the consumer capacity. No, if we look at our 1980s or 1990s, maybe some 10, 20 or 50 or maybe few hundreds of cars maybe rolling in the rolling in the in our city. But today there are lakhs and lakhs of car, so there are a lot of consumption. Hello. Uh, okay. 1 minute. Sai Kiran. Okay. 1 minute. I think Geeta ma'am, shared.
Sir, already we have presented the slide, sir. If we need to
Yeah.
change means kindly instruct us, sir. We will change to the next slide.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this one, if we look at, it's just my introduction, so we can go to the next slide. So so it is like. The competition, so those days getting a bank loan was very difficult. There were nothing like a mudra scheme or things like that. So today we have something called angel investors. The NRIs in NRIs who are present across the globe. They are ready to invest in our startup companies. They are ready to take equity in our company if the company is performing as a track record of 1 year, 2 year, like that. Okay, so those entrepreneurship development, without skill development, even if we stand upside down, Viksit Bharat is difficult. These two are the heart and brain. Heart and brain very important for a human body to function. Like that, the skill development and entrepreneurship development very important. Okay, so this contributing to the intellectual, social, and economical advancement of the nation. When we look at the intellectual development, the education we can give easily the intellectual development, but at the same time, the next word is the social development. When we talk about the social development, it is about the emotional development, emotional balance. Today, no one is talking about the work-life balance. Today, everyone are talking about the individual balance. The balance within the individual is very important. If the individual is balanced within, then work life balance is a very natural process. When the individual is not balanced within the individual, within the himself or herself, then we have to go looking at the external work life balance. So that's why in a lot of IITs, I don't want to tell this negative thing, but when we are talking about this IITs, no, they're all very great, intellectually, but they are doing the suicide kind of because as a professors, as academicians, as educators, we have to give the emotional quotient. Most of my PhD thesis, say for example, the leadership practice in modern management, a comparative study with Bhagavad Gita, is my PhD thesis title, and it mostly talks about the emotional quotient, the mental state that we have to keep up. No, this people who are good at emotional quotients, IQ equal importance should be like EQ. Who are all having a good EQ, emotional quotient, will definitely become a great leaders of a lead. When I say about leaders, it is not only leaders means politicians. The leaders are academic leaders, corporate leaders, student leaders. Okay, and it is the social and the economic. It is always um, तनका बहुत important है ना. Economic, when we talk about tanka, it is like, when we talk about paisa, it is like economic development. So economic development is very vital. you know it is like a blood for a human body. Now, if the blood is reduced, the human body will become very tired. If a hemoglobin content in the blood reduces, then the human body will be very tired. So it is like economic. It is the money is like is a blood. It should flow. It's a very vital, no. And so that's why this economic thing we have mentioned. Okay, the next slide please, Geeta ma'am. Quality education, when we talk about the quality education, this itself is a separate seminar, quality education and curriculum development according to NIRF. We can even make a separate seminar for this. So it is right from the syllabus formation, curriculum design, um, the innovative way of teaching is like the various pedagogies that we follow. And then today it is we all become digital teachers. Post COVID, we are all using the Canva for designing our teaching things, and the mind mapping things that we can design, and we can use a lot of artificial intelligence to generate content and link the contents that we have. And we can use the Google Classroom, where we can upload our no notes, everyday notes, and we can collect the assignment. No, mostly my students, what they do is they write the assignment individually, they scan with the Adobe scanner, and they upload the PDF in the Google Classroom. Whenever I am free, I just open the Google Classroom app and check the assignments are given by the submitted by the students, and I enter the score also in the Google Classroom app. By that way, it is very very transparent, and the Google Classroom app itself shows who is the first rank, second rank, and everything. So by this way we can save a lot of papers. When we talk about saving papers, we are talking about the saving the trees. That is one among the sustainable United Nations sustainable goals. That is the environment. And next slide please, Geeta ma'am. Geeta ma'am, next slide please. So interdisciplinary learning is like you know science graduate learning about management. So likewise, so slide is not a matter, okay. And and the next is like social responsibility. So the social responsibility, we can ask our students to get connected with the NGOs, various good NGOs present across our nation. Those NGOs, they can go and work in during the evening hours, the early morning hours, during the weekends, so that they can develop their leadership skill, and they can young and energetic youth time they can give for the society. uh, and entrepreneurship and innovation. When we talk about the entrepreneurship and innovation, we can bring in a lot of entrepreneurs across. Say, for example, there is a person who is running a kirana store for past 10 years. We can ask him, and we can bring him as a resource person to our college. We can honor him. We can we can ask him to deliver a speech for our students. Likewise, we can do that, and we can send our students for an internship, or we can send our students for a part-time job. If we look at countries like New Zealand or Ireland, there are students who do part-time job. Likewise, we can encourage our students also to do part-time job. By that way, they learn the life skills. If they work in a hotel, they have an opportunity to meet different people from different states of India and different parts of the world. If I am from a place called Madurai. It's a temple city, and we have, if we are a student who is working in a hotel. I have a student who works in a hotel. He says, "Sir, I met a person from German today. I met a person from Poland. I met a person from Spain. I met a person from Italy." So likewise, they will get an exposure. At the same time, the economy, paisa, they get an income also. And the saving culture. If we speak about the great billionaire, the Warren Buffett, the Junjunwala of the whole world, you know, that person at the age of 12, he was putting newspapers and earning money. That money he invested in the New York Stock Exchange. He purchased Microsoft shares. He purchased Coca-Cola shares, Hathaway shares, like that. Today he is the number one position for a very long time as a billionaire. So it is again this entrepreneurship, innovation, and this skill development is not always this skill India skill corporation has to only support. Say for example, if we minus this Gujaratis, Marwaris, Banyas, if we remove from this Surat and Ahmedabad region, then Surat and Ahmedabad is only a forest. If we remove this Chettiars, Nadars, and other community people from this Sivagasi or this Virdhanagar, and it is only a forest. So there are a lot of communities who have built these cities, these business communities. If we remove this Naidu's counters from this Erode, Tirupur, and Coimbatore belt, and there is nothing. It is only a forest. So this cultural preservation and promotion, very 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 important. Cultural preservation and promotion. No, we should get involved in all our community cultures, religious cultures, and the regional cultural festivals. like our Koniamman temple function or the Mariamman temple function, or this if we talk about this Mahakali function, Navratri function, like that. Because those functions will help us to be a cultural activist and be a global ambassadors, okay. And the health and well-being, again, every day Surya Namaskar, jogging, walking. See, like that we have to encourage our neighbors, and we should ask every student to become a no ambassador for yoga, not only on the international yoga day, it on a everyday basis. I hope every student, they will have a terrace on their on their house, on their apartments. They can gather 10-20 students, and talk about the well-being, and talk about the sustainable development goals on a daily basis, and talk about the Viksit Bharat, various things needed for Viksit Bharat. And we are talking about the global citizenship. Global citizenship is nothing but working for the climate change, working for peace, security. When we talk about the security, we should protect our girl child. We should protect our equal student, girl student, studying along with us, working along with us, for their safety. We should always have a WhatsApp groups. We should always be connected. And there's something called I think Saheli app, my women police and all. Every women students should download that app and be connected, because that app, even our GPS, if it is yeah, if I'm wrong, uh, if it is it will be connected with the women police. So during the emergency, there's those awareness has to be given, like because today we are all global citizens, because we have account in Facebook, account in LinkedIn, account in Google Scholar, account in Instagram. So we are all global citizens. We are easily connected with citizens of across various globe. So that's also the role of students and role of academicians in Viksit Bharat is um, multifaceted. It is not a single faceted, it is a multifaceted. So today I am not given a vertical seminar. Today it is a horizontal seminar. When I talk about the horizontal seminar, we have done a touch base on all the points. So by leveraging this energy, because the youngsters, the more 50% of population of the Indian population, almost 70 crore, the youth power, it is in there. The youth energy. See, only in that age we can think creative. When the age progresses, the creativity diminishes. This is what all the psychiatrists, all the psychologists, all the World Bank study, United Nations study, the World Health Organization study are telling, because when the age progresses, we have a lot of family commitments, marriage commitments, financial commitments. You know, those things are making our creativity reduce. That's why when we look at a lot of creative things, like Facebook is a creation, a lot of there's something called a hyperloop from IIT Madras. Our brother has in invented and have has a patent. Even like the Reliance Group and Adani Group, and they're all very much interested to invest. And one more thing, say for example, if this Hyperloop, same similar kind of project, if we are doing in a Stanford or Massachusetts institutes in America, the project cost will be 10 to 20 times higher, because the United Nations is a developed nation, and it's a very costly. So a hyperloop is nothing but you can travel from Chennai to Bangalore in 10 minutes, and Bangalore to New Delhi in 30 minutes. So it is like that, because say for example, there's artificial intelligence, machine learning. It was all a concept 10 years before. Today it is a reality. And WhatsApp and everything, WhatsApp, Facebook, it was all a concept 2 decades before, and today it's a reality. And Hyperloop, after 20 years, it will definitely be a reality. You know, we say for example, the lorry and the driver will be transported from Chennai here, and in half an hour the lorry, the goods and the driver will land in New Delhi, and he will come outside the hyperloop, and he will travel. It may look a fantasy today, but it will definitely be a reality, like air transport, like road transport, like a rail transport. So it travels in a vacuum. It does not require a land base. It does not require a water base to get traveled. It is such a, so vacuum is the space used by the um, and this hyperloop to for transplantation. So like this youngsters only they are inventing. They're this 24 years. You please Google. Even NDTV, CNBC, everyone they have covered this. Even I think BBC, British broadcast also covered this technology, because the gentleman has a patent for this, hyperloop. So this active participation, we the professors have to always encourage. We should not tell, "अरे बेटा ऐसे कैसे होगा? आप तो एक मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से हो, आपसे नहीं होगा, हम तो छोटा कॉलेज है." It's not like that. No, today ecosystem is very vibrant. So I am very blessed to address all the faculty members across. Today I am a resource person, but does not mean I am great. You are all less greater. It is definitely not. It is a very wrong statement. And I am only 33 years old. So there may be professors who in this seminar who are like 50 years, 60 years. I will not tell that word old, but I will definitely tell the word elder, because there's a huge difference. The word older and elder. Elder is uh, a dignified way of getting maturity both in the level of body, mind, and soul. So it is not a older; it is a elder only is the correct word. So there are you are all listening. So I'm very fortunate, very fortunate. So I think a lot of very good, very good feedbacks I am getting. I just read out few feedbacks, and soon we will wind up with that. We'll wind up with that, because and a great thanks, because today is a Sunday. We have to definitely remember that. And today is a Sunday, and that too we have to remember. And it is a time to have a great meal or a great biryani, because it is a Sunday afternoon. Compromising that, and 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 even don't consider without considering that you are all given your 1 hour of time, because usually Sunday is a family time. So, and now sir Irfan, very good session, sir. And Ramutai Palani, very informative session, thank you, sir. Urvasi, sir, it is genius. मैडम उतना तो नहीं है, लेकिन थोड़ा थोड़ा भगवान का कृपा से थोड़ा हो रहा है, लेकिन एंड अर्चना गोस्वामी, एंड फीडबैक लिंक प्लीज। मैडम जी, गीता जी, प्लीज आप जरा फीडबैक लिंक शेयर कर दीजिएगा, ताकि सभी लोग फीडबैक इनपुट दे देंगे. Based on that, I will definitely try to improve, because I will not tell I am 99% perfect. Maybe according to my self-assessment, maybe I am 75%. Okay, I have to still improve. Okay. Dhanabalan Pandurangan. Good session, sir. We learned much more about this Viksit Bharat. Thank you. Viksit Bharat Abhiyan is not only like a Viksit Bharat session. It is it is a lot of other schemes, other schemes, like Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, Ghar Ghar Bijli, um, like that. A lot of things are there. So Viksit Bharat Abhiyan alone is not, it is not it's a single scheme. Various schemes, like smart city. So various things are put together. And a few days before only, our brothers and sisters learned, scientists from Indian Space Research Organization, we have sent a satellite, which even has a SpaceX, which is of you know our Tesla companies. We only helped. And uh, and we during the COVID time, we our Indian Council of Medical Research, and our Bharat Science, we only produced and given to the whole world. So we will definitely be Viksit Bharat very soon. And if we are in between the age group of 30 to 50, we'll definitely see that with our eyes during our lifespan. And Ankit Yadav, happy, happy. Raksha Bandhan to everyone in advance. Are, thank you, thank you. 19th, tomorrow is Raksha Bandhan. So all the, in the when we take the pledge, we tell, all the brothers and sisters of India only. We will be telling in our school pledge and all. So it is like very, 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 very good, very good, very good. From my bottom of my heart, happy Raksha Bandhan to all my fellow Indian citizens and fellow brothers and sisters who are present across India. And Nikila Pai, session was informative, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sister. Thank you, professor. And Vishnu, thank you, sir, for your informative session. Thank you, Ji. And Gautami Pujari, very, very insightful session, sir. Thank you. And one thing, there is something paper called elective paper. Definitely, I want to tell this. You know, I don't know whether it is good to tell or not, but say we have a paper called EVS, Environmental Studies, and we everyone teach. So definitely don't teach. It should be a self study. Environment studies, however, we should take to somewhere nearby area, ask our students to plant trees, ask our students to clean, because if we registered our property in a place, the registration cost in that I think 0.75% goes for the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So the lot of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, we can take our photos, videos, and we can upload, and we can get awards also from Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So likewise, we have to encourage it. This environment studies is not only restricted to the classroom, okay, and very, very, and Amit Mohan, thank you very much. Informative session, appreciation for organizing such a valuable session. And Amit Mohan, head and assistant professor, Department of English, RMIT University, Punjab. Thank you, ji. Thank you, ji. आपका input बहुत बहुत thank you. Okay, Kanimoli, send feedback. மேடம் உங்களோட இன்புட்டுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ். அண்ட் ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்லி ஆர் அன்ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்லி ஐ ஸ்பீக் 7 languages: இங்கிலீஷ், ஹிந்தி, தமிழ், தெலுங்கு, மலையாளம், கன்னடா, அண்ட் சான்ஸ்கிரிட், பிகாஸ் my father was in a transferable job, and we had an opportunity to uh, you know live across India in various quarters of Indian Council of Medical Research. So I speak various languages. Okay, so and what all uh, Vir, Vib, Vibra Mangli, very very nice. Prachi Shetty, very nice, sir. Thank you, Prachi Shetty ji, for your valuable input. And धीरज कपूर जी, आपका आपका इनपुट के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपका इनपुट बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. And Sharmila Devi Guru, sister, professor, very very thank you, because your inputs will give energy to me for do a lot of sessions like this. And Nausat Irfan, thank you for your valuable information and time spent in this for learning and development India. And uh, few things, like when I see like Nausat Irfan, I hear few things like every day morning in our assembly and all, they tell Audu billahi mina shaitanir rahim bismillahir rahmanir rahim. So like that, we have our Islamic friends also from various student level and academic level. And very very thank you, Nausat Irfan ji. And Venkatesh, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, ரொம்ப நன்றி, வளர வளர நன்றி, வளர வளர நன்றி, வெங்கடேஷ் இர்ஃபான் ஜி அவர்களுக்கு. ஓகே, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഇൻപുട്ട് എനിക്ക് വളരെ എനർജറ്റിക് ആയിട്ട് പണി ചെയ്യാം ഹെൽപ്പ് ആയിട്ട് ഇരിക്കും. പിന്നെ ഭുവനേശ്വരി, വെരി ഇൻഫർമേറ്റീവ് സെഷൻ. प्रीति पाटिल, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. रेवती एम, and very 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 thank you, very very thank you. So మీరు తెలుగు వాళ్ళు ఉంటే మీకు చాలా చాలా థ్యాంక్స్. మీరు ఈ సండే టైం అలాట్ చేసి వచ్చినారు. 1 hour కంప్లీట్ టైం యు ఆర్ ఇన్ దిస్ సెషన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. భూమిక Kotian. Thank you, Ji. And
Thank you, sir.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for
You can ask one female and one male participant to give a small feedback, just 1 minute or 2 minute feedback, so that we'll any area to be focused like that also they can tell. Yeah.
sure, sir. Sure, sir. I would like to welcome any of the participants to give the feedback link. Please come forward, ma'am.
Please raise up your hands. This raise up, and Geeta ma'am will call you and talk about this seminar. सविता यादव जी प्लीज आप जरा बात कीजिएगा अनम्यूट करके. Savita Yadav ji, I think you have not unmuted, but you have raised up your hand. Yeah. Ashika Yadav ji, your Google name is showing as Ashika Yadav. And Nausat Irfan, Nausat Irfan.
S- Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
So first of all, I would like to thank for your ignition speech on Viksit Bharat and at most foster inclusive economic participation among all citizens. You have covered almost all topics. Thank you for so much.
Okay, very good, very good. And Kirti Subramani ji, uh, you have raised up your hand. Kirti Subramani available. Ashika Yadav.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Hello, sir. First of all, good afternoon to you and everyone also. My name is Anshika and I'm from Varanasi, India. Right now, I'm the final year student of Banaras Hindu University. First of all, sir, I would like to thank you wholeheartedly because truly it was a wonderful session and I learned a lot of and plethora of things from you. And you taught us in a very easy and a very, and even all the complex topic. You taught it in a wonderful way. And thank you so much. It was really an impactful and enlightening event. I would like to thank you all the collaborators and you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you for your valuable input, Ashika Yadav ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
And
so much
yeah,
for
Geeta
this
ma'am, we can
informative
conclude.
session.
Yeah.
On behalf of Progress Academy, I would like to thank Dr. Thiruppathi KTM, sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, Annai Fatima College of Arts and Science, Madurai, who handled a session on role of educators and students in Viksit Bharat. Thank you so much for this wonderful session, sir, and thank you, participants. Kindly fill the feedback form. Thank you, one and all. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Namaste, namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, sir.